Welcome back to HD Travel Insight. Continue the journey of exploration. Would you choose to live in a house in the middle of the sea, sleep on a cliff, or climb nearly 800 steps to reach a temple perched precariously on a mountaintop? What you are about to see is not science fiction. These places all exist in real life and challenge the limits of human ability. It is hard to believe that these structures have survived for hundreds or even thousands of years in places where it seems impossible for anyone to live. Abuna, Yemata, Ethiopia. Just to enter this church, you have to be willing to risk your life. Located at an altitude of approximately 2,580 meters among the sheer cliffs of Tigray, Ethiopia, Abuna Yemata, is considered one of the most dangerous and hardest to reach churches in the world. There are no roads, no handrails, and no modern safety systems. To reach the church, you have to climb for nearly an hour over almost vertical rocks, then cross a narrow ledge that is only about 50 to 60 centimeters wide. On one side is a freezing cliff face. On the other is a gorge hundreds of meters deep. What is unbelievable is that local people have been making this journey for more than 1,500 years. Despite the altitude's strong winds and treacherous terrain, they continue to climb up here to pray as an essential part of their faith. Inside the church, frescoes dating back to around the 5th century are still remarkably well preserved, as if time had never touched this place. But what fascinates researchers the most is not the age of the structure. It is how ancient people were able to transport every piece of wood and every stone to an almost impossible location to build a church that has remained standing for more than a millennium. And if you think this is already the limit of human courage, the next destination will take you to a hotel suspended high on the side of a cliff, where even getting to your room is an adventure. Skylodge Adventure, Peru. Most hotels around the world have elevators. But at Skylodge Adventure Suites in the Sacred Valley, Peru, you have to climb nearly 400 meters up a cliff before you can even enter your room. Three glass sleeping pods are attached directly to the mountainside. There are no roads or elevators. The only way to reach them is by climbing along a via ferrata route or rappelling down from the mountaintop. A night here usually costs around $450 to to $550 for 2 people, including meals and a guide. The dry season from May to September is the busiest time thanks to stable weather and clear views across the sacred valley. Just look through the glass, and far below is a seemingly bottomless abyss. Although the pods are designed to withstand the strong winds of the Andes, the feeling of sleeping suspended in mid-air still leaves many visitors almost unable to sleep through the night. At this hotel, all of the pods were transported and assembled by hand directly on the cliffside, making this one of the most adventurous hotels in the world. If sleeping on a cliff already sends chills down your spine, the next destination will be even more unbelievable. As humans built an entire house, more than 50 meters above the ground, in the middle of a primeval forest. Korowai tree houses, Indonesia. For the Korowai tribe, living on the ground is actually the dangerous option. That is why they build their homes on tree trunks 30 to more than 50 meters above the ground, deep within the primeval forests of Papua, Indonesia. The houses are built entirely from wood bamboo and rattan vines, strong enough for entire families to live in for many years. To reach their homes, people must climb primitive wooden ladders tied directly to the tree trunks. Even a strong gust of wind can make the entire house shake. Yet the Korowai people have lived this way for generations to avoid wild animals, floods, and threats from the ground below. What is remarkable is that many of these houses are built entirely with traditional hand tools without the need for modern machinery. Today, very few tourists have the opportunity to visit this place. The journey usually takes several days of trekking through the forest, and the dry season from May to October is the most favorable time to explore the tribe's unique way of life. If tree houses are already enough to amaze you, the next destination is even more daring, with a more than 1,500-year-old temple built directly into a sheer cliff face. Let me know in the comments, would you go or not? Hanging Temple of Hengshan, China. Just looking up from below, many people have asked themselves, how has this structure not fallen yet? This is the Hanging Temple of Hengshan, a famous temple built directly into the cliffs of Mount Hengshan in Shaanxi Province, China, approximately 75 meters above the ground. Built in 491 AD, the temple has survived for more than 1,500 years, enduring earthquake storms and countless changes brought by time. What makes this structure so special is that most of its framework is supported by wooden beams embedded deep into the cliff face. The pillars underneath, which many people think are holding up the entire temple, actually provide only partial support. The narrow wooden walkways clinging to the mountainside make every step feel thrilling, especially when looking down into the deep gorge below. Every year, hundreds of thousands of visitors come here to witness firsthand what is considered a masterpiece of ancient engineering. If a temple hanging from a cliff is already hard to believe, the next destination will take us to a 326-meter-high glass elevator, where just a few minutes of movement is enough to make many people's legs tremble. Bailong Elevator, China. It takes only about 1 minute and 30 seconds, but this journey will take you to a height that many people are afraid to look down from. This is the Bailong Elevator, the world's tallest outdoor elevator built into the cliffs of Zhangjiajie National Forest Park in China. The structure stands 326 meters high and consists of 3 glass cabins, each capable of carrying up to 50 passengers per trip. As the elevator accelerates upward, the magnificent sandstone mountains gradually appear beneath your feet, creating the sensation of flying through the air. Completed in 2002, the Bailong Elevator once sparked controversy because it was built within a UNESCO World Heritage Site. However, it also shortened the mountain climbing journey from approximately 3 hours to less than 2 minutes. Every year, millions of visitors come here to experience the sensation of floating between cliffs hundreds of meters high, where simply looking through the glass is enough to make many people tremble with fear and excitement. But if riding an elevator hundreds of meters above the ground is already frightening, the next destination will challenge your courage in a completely different way: a bridge suspended high above the Alps. Ponte Tibetano di Cesana Claviere, Italy. Now we continue with a bridge where simply looking down is enough to make many people lose the courage to take another step. This is Ponte Tibetano di Cesana Claviere, one of the longest pedestrian suspension bridges in Europe, located among the Alps in northern Italy. The bridge is approximately 544 meters long and hangs at a height that exceeds 100 meters above the ground in some sections. Every step causes the bridge to sway gently, with the rhythm of your footsteps and the winds blowing through the valley, creating the sensation of floating in mid-air. Opened in 2006, the bridge quickly became a favorite destination for thrill seekers. To complete the entire journey, visitors usually need around 1 hour and 30 minutes on the standard route, while the alternative via Ferrata route takes approximately 2 hours and 30 minutes, depending on your speed and how many times you have to stop because of fear. What makes the experience unforgettable is not only the height, but also the spectacular scenery of the Alps stretching beneath your feet. A single strong gust of wind is enough to make many people grip the safety cables tightly and completely forget about enjoying the view. If a bridge more than half a kilometer long suspended in the sky is enough to make your legs tremble, the next destination will be even more unbelievable. Subscribe to and support HD Travel Insight so we have more motivation to create even more fascinating content for you. Montezuma Castle, United States. What is unbelievable is that this structure has survived for more than 800 years, despite being built high on a cliff nearly 30 meters above the ground. This is Montezuma Castle, a multi-story settlement built inside a natural cliff alcove in the state of Arizona, United States. Built around the 12th century by the Sinagua people, it was once home to approximately 30 to 50 people. Instead of building on the ground, they chose a high cliff alcove to avoid floods, harsh weather, and attacks from outside. The structure consists of approximately 20 rooms made from limestone and mud, creating one of the best preserved cliff dwellings in North America. Today, to protect the historic site, visitors are no longer allowed to climb inside. However, simply standing at the foot of the cliff and looking up still leaves many people wondering, how could ancient people transport materials and build an entire village in such a dangerous location? But if a cliffside settlement is already enough to amaze you, the next destination is even more isolated, where an entire monastery was built deep inside a cave in the Himalayas, a place that still has no road access for cars. Phugtal Monastery, India. There are no roads for cars, no cable cars. To reach this place, your only option is to walk along narrow mountain paths, clinging to the edge of deep gorges. This is Phugtal Monastery, a monastery located at an altitude of approximately 3,900 meters in the Zanskar region of Ladakh, India, built directly at the entrance of a natural cave on a mountainside. The monastery has a history of more than 800 years and is still home to dozens of monks. Everything they need, from food to construction materials, must be transported by people or animals along treacherous mountain routes. In winter, heavy snow can isolate the monastery for weeks, leaving it almost completely cut off from the outside world. This very isolation has helped Phugtal become one of the best preserved centers of Buddhism in the Himalayas. What is unbelievable is that in such a harsh environment, people have continued to build and maintain a life here for centuries. Liaison Zéro, Aiguille du Midi Skywalk, France. Only a few centimeters of thick glass separate you from an abyss more than 1,000 meters deep. This is the Aiguille du Midi Skywalk, a transparent glass box located at an altitude of 3,842 meters on the summit of Aiguille du Midi in the French Alps. Opened in 2013, the Skywalk allows visitors to step inside a suspended glass box, where every direction offers views of snow-covered mountains and deep ravines. Just looking down beneath your feet can create the sensation of standing in mid-air, causing many people to hesitate before taking a step. To get here, visitors must take the Aiguille du Midi cable car, one of the highest cable car routes in Europe, carrying passengers from 1,035 meters to nearly 3,842 meters in just about 20 minutes. Every year, hundreds of thousands of people come here to challenge their fear of heights and admire panoramic views of Mont Blanc, the highest mountain in Western Europe. If a glass box suspended in the sky is enough to make your legs tremble, the next destination will take you to a research station surrounded by snow and ice at an altitude of more than 3,500 meters, where scientists have to work in extreme weather conditions throughout the year. Sphinx Observatory, Switzerland. Few people would imagine that humans could build a modern laboratory on top of a mountain covered in ice throughout the year. This is Sphinx Observatory, a research station located at an altitude of 3,571 meters in the Swiss Alps, near the summit of Jungfraujoch, known as the top of Europe. Completed in 1937, this facility is where scientists study climate astronomy and cosmic radiation in conditions where winter temperatures can fall below -20 degrees Celsius, accompanied by strong winds and thin air. To reach the observatory, visitors must take the Jungfrau Railway, a cogwheel railway that travels through the heart of the mountain before an elevator takes them up to the observatory. From the summit of Sphinx, the Aletsch Glacier, the longest glacier in the Alps, stretching approximately 23 kilometers, spreads out below, creating a spectacular landscape that can also leave many people overwhelmed by the altitude. But if a research station surrounded by snow and ice is already impressive, the next destination will be even stranger, as an entire small monastery was built on top of a rock pillar, almost completely isolated from the world below. Can you guess where it is? Katskhi Pillar, Georgia. Looking up from the foot of the mountain, many people cannot believe that anyone could actually live on top of that rock pillar. This is Katskhi Pillar, a natural limestone pillar nearly 40 meters high in western Georgia, where a small monastery was built on an area of only about 150 square meters. For centuries, this place was almost completely isolated. Today, the only way up is still a steep iron ladder attached to the cliff face. Everything needed from drinking water to food must be pulled up using a pulley system. Archaeologists believe that the site was used as a place of worship as early as the 9th century, before being abandoned for hundreds of years and restored in the 1990s. What is truly remarkable is not the height of the rock pillar, but the fact that humans transformed an almost inaccessible rocky summit into a place of prayer and residence for centuries. And coming up next is a convenience store where customers have to wear a safety harness just to buy a bottle of water. Cliffside Convenience Store, China. This may be the only convenience store in the world where just to buy a bottle of water you have to climb a cliff. Located on the Xinyu's High Cliff in Hunan Province, China, this small store was built at an altitude of approximately 120 meters, right beside a famous via ferrata route for climbing enthusiasts. There is no parking lot, no ordinary walkway. Customers must wear a safety harness and hold onto steel steps attached to the cliff face to reach the store. Just looking down is enough to make many people forget what they originally came to buy. Inside the store sells only simple items such as drinking water, snacks, and first aid supplies. But for climbers, it is considered a precious supply station in the sky. Interestingly, the store is only a few square meters in size, but it quickly became famous around the world after photos of it spread across social media, attracting thousands of visitors every year. Sumela Monastery, Turkey. At first glance, many people cannot believe that such a large structure could cling to a mountainside for more than 1,600 years. This is Sumela Monastery, located at an altitude of approximately 1,200 meters in the Ponte Mountains of northern Turkey. Built around 386 AD, the monastery seems to merge almost seamlessly into the sheer cliff behind it. To get there, visitors must walk along steep and narrow mountain paths before climbing stone steps close to the edge of the cliff. Several areas of the monastery were once closed for many years for reinforcement due to the risk of falling rocks from the cliffs above. Inside, centuries-old Byzantine frescoes are still preserved, making Sumela one of Turkey's most impressive religious and architectural landmarks, attracting hundreds of thousands of visitors every year. Of all the places we have explored so far, which one do you like the most? Let us know in the comments. Castellfollit de la Roca, Spain. Few people would imagine that an entire town could exist on a narrow strip of rock with a deep gorge directly beneath their feet. This is Castellfollit de la Roca, one of the most spectacular cliffside villages in Spain. The entire town was built on a basalt cliff approximately 1 kilometer long and nearly 50 meters high, with some sections only about 50 meters wide. Nearly 1,000 residents still live here in stone houses built right on the edge of the cliff. From a distance, the entire town looks as if it is floating in the sky, leaving many visitors wondering how it has managed to stand for hundreds of years. Formed during the Middle Ages, Castellfollit de la Roca has now become one of the most famous tourist destinations in Catalonia, attracting hundreds of thousands of visitors every year to admire this unique geological and architectural wonder. If you had to choose one destination from this list to experience for yourself, which one would you choose? Leave your answer in the comments. Thank you for joining HD Travel Insight on this journey to explore some of the world's most spectacular and unbelievable places. If you love stories about travel, nature, architecture, and fascinating mysteries, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our upcoming videos. See you again on our next journey of exploration only on HD Travel Insight.